Hey, what's up, audience? We are at Long Dock Park in Beacon, New York. Let's see what there is to look at. Here is, kayaking is big in this part of town. This is where you could launch your kayak into the Hudson River. Yes, you see they have a lot of kayaks in there. I'm not sure if you need to, pay to store in order to acquire the right to launch from here. However, but kayaking, it seems like fun to me. I want to get into kayaking. I would love to kayak from here all the way to New York City. I think I would just have to learn how to operate the kayak without drowning. I certainly. Oh, they say now with the Hudson River, it's safe to eat fish in some parts. They've cleaned out all of the PCBs. I'm not sure how much I trust that. All right, let's go to the interesting part of the walk. I've filmed, a few years ago, I filmed like the only exploration of that abandoned brick factory. I'm like literally the only one on YouTube that has it. I was crazy enough to walk into that abandoned factory back in the COVID era, and I got some interesting shots, historically speaking, because you can't, it's been renovated. All right, so let's see what is in this part of Long Dock Park. Swimming is not permitted. Well, I wouldn't want to go swimming today anyway. I forgot to bring my bathing suit. All right, so here is maybe, let's see if anything washed up on the seashore. Perhaps, I'll get lucky and find a gold ring. All right, so here we are on this picturesque view of the Hudson River, and you have this wonderful beach that you could film here. I gotta get another drone. The last drone I got did not have enough horsepower. It was like a kite. It always blew away in the wind. I want to do more drone content. I got to get more equipment for my channel. I've been investing a lot of money in trading cards recently. I got like $1,000 worth of hobby boxes coming in. All right, so this is, and the purpose of this shot is to, I want to see like what type of shots I could get of this interesting area on the Hudson River. I hope my memory card doesn't run out of, battery. I hope the memory card doesn't run out of storage. I also hope the batteries last. I have faith in the batteries because I never had an issue with them. But this is a very interesting area of New York. Here, I want to explore this area where all of the trees fell down. And here's the water. They say there's no swimming today. Maybe I'll go skinny dipping. I think not. All right. This is, I'm shocked at how many trees fell here, but this is going to be the interesting part of this presentation. Look at this, wow. Look at that. Look at all of, this would be a good place, an interesting place to film a movie. This is very weird. Looks like it's low tide. I wonder if there's like any rings any like golden rings that ever wash up along the shoreline in places like this. Yes, welcome to the Drone Thrust channel. I own dronethrust.com. On this channel, I talk about, I do a little bit of everything. I used to do shoe reviews. I got a review, I got to do a shoe review of the latest pair of Nikes I got, but you know, I wanted to wear them out a little bit before I did a review, because I mean, they're a commonly purchasable shoe. I got, you know, the biggest foam shoe Nike has. You know, and I'm walking on these rocks in them, and they feel comfortable. I just worry that I might be puncturing the foam on the sharpness of these rocks. And as I say, this is a very weird area of New York to explore. Looks like a wasteland. It's interesting over here. They used to have more. It looks like there's too much mud to walk through over here. I don't want to walk in all of that mud to see what else there is, but I guess I might have to. All right, let's see what's in here. Oh God, I almost tripped. I don't want to lose my mic or my cell phone or my wallet. Let's see what's in here. And hey, maybe I'll find something valuable. And I love this DJI camera because it enables me to film shots like this. I'm so pissed off that DJI is temporarily banned. I'm sure it's gonna come back though. But yeah, we are filming. You could smell the salt of the water. It's wonderful. And as I say, the Pocket 3 makes it easy to film in difficult scenarios like this because it stabilizes the shot, so you are, you know, able to, you know, walk on rough terrain, you know, with impunity. You know, I'm doing a shot that's going to be broadcast on YouTube, and the camera isn't hopefully shaking so much to the point where it looks like an earthquake is going on. This area, there must have been like a fire in this area because it's totally laid bare in this part. The winds, the hurricane must have knocked over all of the trees that were here. I've never seen it this bare. I've been here a few times. I mean, perhaps it's like this because the tide is high. I'm not sure exactly what caused, you know, all of the trees to fall, however. Oh, God. I heard a dog coming in, and I'm glad he's on a leash because I don't want to have an encounter with a dog. Yeah, it's very wet over here. So as you could see, I think I'm going to get more on the main trail because I don't want to walk through the puddles and, you know, destroy my shoes. All right, so let's go up here to the main trail. But that was interesting. Let's see. Yeah, it's easier to walk on the main trail, but you're not going to get as much to shoot. All right, well, I think I'm gonna go back. I'm going to enter through the ragged terrain so I could get more. I want to get more footage for my channel. Perhaps this will be the second part of, you know, this broadcast. All right, so it's dronethrust.com, and we are walking in Long Dock Park in Beacon, New York. I'm filming with a DJI Pocket 3, and we are heading on rough terrain. I hope I don't drop my camera. Yeah, this isn't, wow, I almost went flying. This is an interesting area. My feet keep on picking up the stones as I walk, and it's tough to walk here I just hope like I don't break my shoe, so I don't want to get caught walking barefoot on all of these rocks. It's very tough to walk here, but it's very picturesque, and I'm sure I'll get a few thousand hits with this footage. I just hope I'm getting nervous that I'm gonna trip and fall. And all right, so let's talk about, what's the news this week? Nothing good. Don't storm buildings, people. You respect property lines. Don't assault people. We had, there's all kinds of news in the Scientology world about Aaron Smith-Levin going to jail for assault. And, people need to learn how to solve their political differences peacefully. Be peaceful. All right, let's see what's... This area is very weird, and it is tough to walk on, but I am getting amazing footage for my channels. This video is gonna get like thousands of hits. It's very fun to walk around a challenging environment like this with all these rocks. It's like walking on another planet. In fact, I'm sure other planets are like this. If you were to take a spaceship and fly to the Andromeda Galaxy and locate an Earth-like planet that has no people, you would find that most of the areas probably do look like this. Isn't it beautiful? Look at all of that. And filming this footage is possible because I have, the Pocket 3 by DJI. It stabilizes the view so it doesn't, so the shot doesn't look like I'm filming it with a cell phone held in my hand. But look at all of the colors it's able to grab. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. They really took some stuff down from this area. This area looked a lot different the last time I was here. All right, so we're at 12 minutes of filming this one shot, and I think the video is going to be epic. Hopefully it will get tens of thousands of views on YouTube, and I'll be the next Mr. Beast. You could only hope. I'm also hoping to find like a diamond ring here. Hopefully I maybe some bride walked out on her husband before the wedding night and left the ring here for me to collect, but unfortunately that doesn't seem like it's likely to happen. But it's always interesting to see what you could find on the beaches when the tide comes in. Look at all of these trees that blew down. This area is very strange. And as I say, here's the view of the Hudson River. I'm shooting in FPV mode, because I want the camera to pick up a lot when I film. Yeah, Beacon, New York is an interesting place to live. As I say, it seems like, unfortunately, the median house price is going to be like 1.2 million. That's going to price a lot of people out of Beacon, New York, including myself someday. I'm sure I will be gentrified away from Beacon. But this seems like a nice place to raise a family. There's lots of things to do here. The people are nice. As I say, I think the biggest industry in Beacon that you could get absent working for a big corporation like Walmart or FedEx is in huckstering like Pokemon cards and comic books. That's what I see a lot of in this area. I guess it is. The economy here is mediocre. I don't think that Beacon is the best place to live. If you want economic vitality, obviously New York City probably definitely has more employers, but the problem in New York City is that it costs a lot of money to rent an apartment, to the point of insanity. And no, I don't think Mendami is going to do anything about it. I think he's a liar. I think he's a fraud. I don't like Mendami. You know, I don't even believe that there should be rent control. I think rent control makes the price go up for many reasons. But yeah, this is the view you get of, you know, the beach in this area of New York. I think it's very fun to explore. All right, so that was my exploration of the beach in Long Dock Park.